Hey there, it's Martha, and if you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I have my Teddy Bees RTS. I'm so excited for this. So this box, I don't even know if I want to, it's one box, but this is much bigger, much bigger than my pre-order box. I think in the pre-order, I bought 6-7 cents. It was small. Maybe, yeah, it was small. It was small. And this time around for the RTS, I kind of went a little nuts. I went in 3 times. And I'm trying to think of whether I liked this approach better than the previous approaches. What I liked about it is what's in this box, or let me take a step back. When I first saw the pre-order back in February, I had 15 items, I think, 15 to 20 items on my list. I got it down to, I want to say like 6 or 7, somewhere around there. And loved my order. And, if you missed that, it'll be on at the end. And then, of course, I start watching all the hauls. And then I start writing down like, okay, I missed that. I should have gotten that. And then I went in for the RTS and I got everything but one item. And that one item wasn't even like my top item to get. So for it to jump the cart, it was like, okay, I got way more than I was expecting to get. And so I like doing it this way. I don't know. It worked out. It worked out for me. So if you're interested in seeing what I got in the RTS, then stick around. All right. I'm going to start with my souffles first, which was actually the third. I placed 3 orders. I went in loaves first, then tubs, and then the souffles. These were like, I'm relaxed now. I really got everything I wanted. Let's see what else is still available. So that was this third order. So I'm going to start with that first. This box was supposed to arrive on Saturday. And of course, I got the delayed notice. Didn't come until Monday. I was in the office. By the time I got home, I stopped to visit my parents on the way home. And I was just exhausted by the time I got home. So I didn't have the energy to record this video, but didn't have the willpower to be patient and not smell these. So I did smell these already. I did open the box and everything. I'm sure I'm not the first Teddy Bees video you've seen, but just in case, there is this beautiful thank you card and, some tips on how to warm the wax. So that's really nice. But let's get started with my souffles. These were really like third tier. But the first one here is Asgard. And this has scent notes of, let's see, soft cotton, cashmere cedar, white woods, and luxurious vanilla orchid. This was poured February 23rd. Look at that. It's a beautiful teal. This beautiful, like sparkle and shine. Love that color. I immediately got the cotton and the cashmere cedar. This is very pretty. White woods is pretty. It's not a woodsy scent, but it's, I know I've smelled white woods and other things. It's just a really pretty body care, but then you've got that cotton smell. There is a lot of more clean cotton smell than I was expecting. I do get the vanilla orchid as well. So it's pretty, a little perfumey. And then you've got that kind of powdery cotton notes to it. So I like this. This is very, very pretty. For me, I think the souffle is probably a good size. So, I don't think I needed a tub in that. The next one here is Sadie. This is Salty Sea Air, Vanilla Bean Noel, and Toasted Marshmallows. This was poured March 4th. So Sadie is, if you've heard of Weekend at Papa's, right? Weekend at Papa's, or Weekend with Papa, one of the two. It's this with roasted pine cones. I've had that scent, and I know she offered it this time around, but I warmed it, loved it. But I wanted to try some newer scents, and I figured if I liked that one a lot, I was probably going to like Sadie, and I did. Ooh, and this is ready to come out. This is actually going to pop out of the little souffle. And it's beautiful. I mean, it is that with the pine cones I love, but this is just so pretty. You get the vanilla bean Noel, you get the marshmallow, little toasty, and then a touch of that salty sea air, which, yeah, it's so pretty. So this is a really nice one. I'm glad I got the souffle. I probably could have gotten a tub and some other stuff, but again, you know, I've smelled it before, and so I just kind of went smaller. I don't know why. Like, again, it wasn't just wasn't on like the top of the list because I've smelled it before, and I'm kind of in this mood where I'm still exploring, I'm still learning. She's got so many scents that I'd rather just try new stuff, and then there could be something that I come back to. This one is one that I did grab, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one. I did grab a souffle of this in my pre-order, and this was first of her name. It's whipped vanilla, citrus-infused cream, white blossoms, decadent lemon cookies, and candied lime and vanilla sugar. I wasn't planning on getting this one, but I love the souffle, and I'm like, you know what, it's there. Grab another one. So I did. It's just so pretty. I get a little touch of that citrus that brightens it up, but wow, it's such a beautiful one. So I'm glad I got another kind of like a backup souffle. Then I got just vanilla. This is Madagascar vanilla, creamed vanilla, lily of the valley, and musk, poured March 25th. So this one I got because I watched Lexi. Was it Two Quick Quicks? I think I forget her channel, but Lexi, I think a lot of those who saw it probably were so curious of this because she had such an emotional reaction to the scent. It was like a perfume that her mom wore. And I was like, okay, I need to smell that vanilla. What is she smelling? And it's a pretty vanilla. It is perfumey, I would say, more than, it's not like a bakery vanilla. It's pretty. It's very soft. It's vanilla. The lily of the valley isn't strong to me. I think it's just adding maybe a little floral perfuminess to it. I find this to be soft, body care like vanilla. It's very pretty. So I'm glad I got a souffle just to give it a try. And that was just vanilla. Then Princess Katia. This was also not on my radar at all because it's got rose in it. But I saw so many people on Facebook. Some people were saying this was their favorite of their haul and just a lot of it. So I'm like, okay, I'll get a souffle if it's available. And this is vanilla birch, beach treats, Moroccan rose, and fireside marshmallows, poured February 28th. Really pretty, like a rose, like a blushed, like a nude rose, blush rose color. Now this one, I don't really get the rose, which I'm glad. I don't care for rose, so I think it's probably there in the background. Maybe it'll come out a little bit more, or it's just blended really well. I don't know if this is going to come out. This one, I think it's pretty, but I'm glad I just got a souffle. I think it's pretty. I do get the beach treats. I get the fireside marshmallows. I'm getting a hint of birch, not a lot. And I'm really not getting the rose, which does make me happy. So I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty. That's all I can say. It's not... For me, it's not something that is super wowing me. I think this would be a nice bedroom scent. So I'm glad I just picked up a souffle. Then I have Winterfell, and I don't know why I just got a souffle of this instead of a tub, but I did. This is marshmallow fireside, Palo Santo, white birch, icy snow, and vanilla, and this was poured February 28th. I think the reason I got just a souffle was because I have so many winter scents. I have so many of these kind of birch scents, and you know, we're in spring and summer, and I just figured I will just try the souffle and see what I think. Yeah, it's so pretty. Like this, I love how the decor, the color kind of goes with the scent, you know? And this is very nice. I get a lot of birch. I can smell a lot of birch in this. I get the marshmallow fireside. I get the Palo Santo. There is a smokiness to this as well. And the snow it's cool, so but it's not minty to me. I guess there's some mint in it, but it's light. But I do get this feeling, this sense of cooling. But it's not like a peppermint that's sticking out or anything like that. So I think whatever that snow is, it's just something cool, probably some kind of a light mint. I get a lot of the birch. So if you love birch, I think you would love Winterfell. And the Palo Santo in here as well. So this is really nice. I can see why people would get loaves or tubs of this. I just have so much winter wax that I think that's why I was like trying to keep it small. Trying to keep it small. And then blushed. This was not on my radar at all before. But after watching, I think, Alexis video and was it Stephanie from the Scented Gemini? There's many people who talked about blushed and got blushed and loved it. And it's vanilla birch, more birch. Here we go. Blended with peach flesh, strawberries, warm woods, and marshmallows. Poured March 4th. The reason I was not on my radar at all was because of the peach. But just gorgeous though. It's just so pretty. So pretty. Now this one, I get strawberries. I get more strawberries than I do peach flesh. And I get some of the birch. Okay, I'm getting a little more peach on the bottom. And I did a quick sniff last night. I didn't like take them out and sniff them for a long time. I'm getting more peach on the bottom, and it's a pretty peach. Okay, so I'm liking what I'm smelling more on the bottom than what I do on the top. Because last night I was like, but this is pretty. And the more I kind of hold it out here, the more peach I'm getting. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing it now. It wasn't there last night, but I'm seeing it now. So now I'm getting more peach than strawberry. Where on top I felt like I was getting more strawberries. And the birch, I can see how this might be beautiful on warm. Like the more I smell it, the more I like it. So I'm glad I got it. We'll see how it warms. And I picked up a souffle because I still wasn't sure. And I think I keep changing my strategy. I think my next strategy for Teddy Bees might be just go souffles. Some days I'm like, get the tubs because you don't know. But I can try more. And I'm still, like I said, I'm still learning the scents. I'm not as, this would be my, let's see, I started buying Teddy Bees January 1st of last year. So that was 3 last year, right? And then this would be the 4th. So still fairly new. It's not like I've been buying for years and years and know what a lot of these smell like, kind of going through learning, knowing what I like is number one. And then knowing kind of my scent twins out there in the wax communities too. And then watching the hauls and, starting to get a sense of like, okay, I trust, we tend to like the same things. I think I would like it. So next go around, I might do souffles. And then go in for the RTS on things that I want more of. I don't know. I change my mind all the time. So this is key lime sugar cookies. This is sweet sugar, buttery shortbread, buttercream frosting, vanilla sugar cookie dough, blended with tart key limes, poured March 26. So there were 2, I think, key lime scents in this pre-order. I decided to get this one because I heard most people seem to pick this one as their favorite. If those that got both, the other one was like a pudding cake, I think, key lime pudding cake or something like that. And so I decided to go for this one because I'm loving key lime. And it's so good. This is so good. It's yes. You get that sweet sugar. You do get some butteriness of the shortbread, and but the key lime is really nice. It's sweet, but has a little tartness. That sugar cookie is there. So I'd say it's a good blend of both the sugar cookie and the key lime. Getting more key lime on the bottom. It's just really, really good. And I'm loving key lime, so I can't wait to warm this. This is for next year. A lot of these are going to sit for a year. I know, I'm one of those people. I did get a souffle of the Dornishman's wife. So this is Palo Santo, blackberries, marshmallow fireside, and the slightest hint of lemon. I was going to go in and get a souffle of it, just another souffle, just like I did with the first of her name, but they were out of the souffles, so I got a tub. It's a pretty scent, so I don't mind having like more of it. I love the blackberries in here and the Palo Santo. So it's a good scent, especially with the marshmallow fireside. So I talked about this in my last video. I won't go into it too long. You get a touch of that lemon, but not too much. So this is a really nice one. So I got a tub. This one was one that was not on my list initially. And again, back in February, I actually did want a lot of fall winter scents because I just got a big shipment from Teddy Bees with a lot of fall winter scents, but heard so many people talking about this one that I'm like, I'll give it a try. Sorry, my mouth and then the car going by. So Pacific Northwest winter, fresh snow, pine sap, fresh mistletoe, vanilla balsam, the slight hint of cranberries, and burning fireplaces off in the distance. Pacific Northwest winter. And I think it was Stephanie from the Scented Gemini that loves this one. Really pretty olive green. Actually, kind of, my shirt's a little darker, but very, very nice. And this it's so pretty. It really is. You get this freshness, this outdoor freshness. So that clean air that you would get in a forest where it's just like no pollution kind of, you get that tree scent. Really nice. So I'm picking up the vanilla balsam. There is a touch of snow. So again, there's something cool about this. This is definitely a winter. It's not like, summer in the forest. It's more of a wintry scent. And the fireplace is off in the distance, I say, is true. It's just like, it's almost like you can just, there's a cabin off in the distance with a little smoke coming from the fireplace, but you're in the middle of just a very serene, clean forest. Lots of trees, but the trees aren't like tree. It's more of a fresh tree versus like a Christmas tree or like something super woodsy. Like it is, but it's just blended so pretty with this fresh air and the snow, and it's really nice. So I like that one a lot. I'm sure I will love warming this in the wintertime. Hot pie. I did not originally get this because I have hot pie with apple, and I thought it was just like, it was okay. But I think what made that one just okay was the apple. Apple's not my favorite scent. And so after, this is again a last minute, I think my third round, where I'm like, just get it, because what if you love it without the apple? So hot pie is Palo Santo, sugared donuts, hint of chai, and a dash of pink chiffon, poured March 20th, 2024. Hot pie. And when I smelled this last night, I was like, I'm glad I got it. Yeah, I'm glad I got it. I like this much better without the apple, which I think I have in a souffle, which is fine. But I think hot pie on his own, it's better, in my opinion. I definitely am picking up the sugared donuts. I get the chai. So you get a couple of this like cinnamon and some spices from the chai. And the donut, it's such a good scent. It is such a good, It's a really nice bakery. I love Palo Santo, and I get the Palo Santo in here. So I'm very glad I picked up hot pie. I know I almost didn't, and I'm glad I did. So it's just a yummy donut, cinnamon spice chai. And by cinnamon, it's not like overly cinnamon. It's just one of the spices, I think, that's part of a chai. Oh, it's so good. Maybe some nutmeg. I mean, it's just it's good. It's really, really, really good. So I'm glad I got the hot pie. Finally got hot pie. Then Luxe Linen. This was another one that I don't think was on my radar, but so many people were hauling it and loved the scent. So this is dark vanilla, praline, warm amber, smoked amaretto, and luxurious linen. Luxe Linen. Super pretty blue. And it's beautiful. This is beautiful. I get the praline and the warm amber, the amaretto. It's such, I get all of those, and then you get, it might have been Alexis. I forgot who I was watching yesterday. It was either Alexis or Stephanie that said Steph loves life, Stephanie. That it was almost like someone sprayed perfume on bed sheets. That's it. It's very perfumey to me, more so than it is like, I think when I first saw Luxurious Linen, and I love laundry scents and cotton scents, I do, but I can only get so many. I thought it was going to be heavier on the linen scents, and it's very perfumey. The dark vanilla, the amber, for me, the amber is coming strong in the amaretto. So very perfumey, it's beautiful. It's I think it's sexy and great. For me, I think a bedroom scent. All right, this was the Casualty. Unfortunately, it was on the bottom of the tubs, and it's cracked. So this is the North. So I am going to have to transfer this because the whole thing is just completely cracked. You could probably see that. So that is the North. I've had this before. I finished the souffle that I had maybe in December. Might have been December or January. This is vanilla balsam type, Palo Santo, marshmallow fireside type, and a hint of smoldering firewood. When my very first time smelling the North, I thought it was super smoky, and it is. It's not, but it's not as super smoky as I remember it being. What I loved about the North, and why I ended up getting it again, even though my very, very first impression was like, ooh, that's a lot of smoke, was when this cured, it's like the other scents came through, and it toned down the smokiness. So the vanilla came through, more of the marshmallow came through. And so although I do get that smoldering, burning, woodsy kind of fireplace scent, I know that those other scents are going to just come out as they cure more. And it was so pretty when I warmed it that I had to get another one. For me, I'm not a big tub person. You'll see, I mean, not tubs. I'm not a big loaf person. You see, I did get some loaves. But I mean, I probably could have gotten a loaf of this, but I know it would take me forever to warm it. And so I think souffles and tubs are probably the right size for me, but I made some exceptions. I have a couple more tubs to go here. This is Cabin in the Woods. This is fir needles, smoked woods, marshmallow fireside, cedar wood, sandalwood, and minty snow, poured March 8th. So as I'm going through these, let me know, what was your favorite? Like, what was your favorite of these? Did you go in? First of all, did you go in on the RTS, and did you go nuts like I did? And then is there one that you're glad that you picked up in the RTS that you would have missed if she doesn't offer that? She didn't offer an RTS option. Okay, Cabin in the Woods. This has that smoked woods. So I get a lot of the woods. This to me is smokier than the North and more tree heavy than some of the other ones I've smelled so far. So the fir needles are much stronger. You do get that smoked woods. I get the cedar wood. I get a little bit of that snow. I mean, it's just so pretty. I'm glad I got this in a tub, but I think this will be one that probably as it cures, another one that maybe some of the smoke will subside. It'll still be smoky and I don't mind it, but I want to smell some of the other stuff that's in here a little bit more. And then the fir needles are pretty, there is a lot of tree to this one. And I like tree scents, but I have a lot of tree scents. So I'm glad I got a tub size in this. And I'm glad I gave this one a try. So this is another one that I initially was not going to order from the initial pre-order. This is another one here that was not on my radar, but was highly recommended. This is Lost in the Orange Grove, and this is lemongrass, basil leaf, rosemary, clementines, orange peel, and ambrette, poured February 27th. So this one, I think I didn't get it because I was getting the other one that's got the perfumey under the lemon tree, I think it is. I forget what it's called, but it's got that one. So, and I prefer lemon scents over orange scents. So I think that was my initial trade-off. But again, kept hearing people talk about this one. It was so good. Even on my comments, it was recommended that I would probably love this scent. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to get a tub. Gorgeous. I love that sprinkle, that touch of orange in there as well. This scent, wow. This scent it's good. I do get I get the basil. I smell a lot of basil leaf. I do smell rosemary. I get a lot of rosemary as well. But mixed in there with the clementines is so pretty. The peel, it's like you can smell, it's almost like the rind. It's not so much the clementine itself that you would eat, but it's the skin. It's like the rind. It's all of the orange. It's very, very pretty. I'd almost say it's such a strong clementine, orange, citrusy scent that I don't know if it's because of the rosemary and the basil that my nose is almost getting a little bit of grapefruit. So I haven't heard that before. So let me know if anyone picked that up and knows what I'm talking about. It's veering almost a little grapefruit to me, but I think it's the combination with the rosemary and the basil. Very pretty. This is a beautiful summer scent. Thank you. Thank you for the suggestion. And I'm glad that I saw enough videos to say, okay, it seems to be pretty popular. Okay. This one is Beach Blanket. Also was not on my radar at all. I think I was watching, forgot whose video I was watching. A couple people got this one. So this is Beach Blanket. The scent of cotton sheets, ocean air, and fresh coconut, poured February 19th. Beach Blanket. Okay. I get a lot of coconut in this. Mostly what I'm getting is the coconut, but it's, again, just so pretty. And I get the cotton sheets. I shouldn't say mostly what I'm getting is coconut. I'm getting it's like a blast of the cotton sheets and the coconut. These cotton sheets are more laundry to me than like the Luxe Linen was. This is more dryer sheet cotton sheets. I do get the ocean air as well. So there is that pretty kind of salty sea air that's coming from the ocean breeze, and then the coconut. I'm going to be honest with you. When I smelled this last night, I was like, probably didn't need a tub. This might have been, or I could have skipped this one. But the more I'm smelling it, the more I'm like, I'm liking it more and more. So I don't know if it's one, I was exhausted last night. I had some strong scents going on. What was I melting last night? I was melting some, I'll talk about it in my What I've Been Warming video. I came home. I put on something in open space. I was giving it a try and it had chocolate in it and I don't like chocolate. And so I'm like, I'm tired. Here's a box of Teddy Bees and this powerful scent of this chocolate. So I hadn't eaten dinner. So I was almost feeling a little nauseous last night. And so when I was sniffing these, my first reaction was like, Oh, I don't know. But today, so it's either a combination of letting them breathe, getting them out of the box, kind of coming back to it. It's sometimes you got to revisit some scents. And sometimes I wonder if like I should do first sniffs or if I should sniff it a little, get some sense of it, and then record the video. I don't know. But today I like the scent. Last night I was like, ugh. Yeah, it's very fresh and clean. You do have to like, I think, laundry scents because of that cotton, what is it? The scent of cotton sheets. But the coconut is very pretty. And I really actually like the ocean air most of all in this. So it's nice. I like it. So that is Beach Blanket. I probably would have been fine with a souffle, but it's growing on me the more I smell it. And that's the thing with Teddy Bees. I don't think I've gotten anything except for one where it was like too much, not for me. I definitely had some scents that aren't like my favorites, but they're still pretty. This last one of the tubs is Warlord. This is tonka bean, vanilla oak, spiced praline, notes of cocoa, incense, milky tuberose, and tobacco vanilla. So I did not pick this one up because of the notes of cocoa. But I heard a lot of people, again, talking about how awesome this scent was and how much they loved it. So I went in and got it. That is just gorgeous. Okay. This out of the, is it my favorite? This might have been, and probably still is, my favorite so far, maybe, that I've smelled. I love this scent. This, I get the tonka bean. I get the spiced pralines. I get some of that. I definitely get the tuberose, which I love. I love tuberose and I love tobacco vanilla. So those are the things that are coming out. It's the scent notes that I really do love. The fear of this cocoa that I was worried about, I don't smell it. I really don't smell it. So that was the reason I didn't pick this up. And then the incense too is like, is that going to be too incense heavy? No, it's just, it's another perfumey, beautiful, but you got the tobacco, you got the vanilla, the tuberose is making it also perfumey. There's this dark, sexy, sensualness to this, and it's beautiful. So that is Warlord. I love this one. I'm so glad I got that. Then I'm going to do I have 4 loaves, and then I'll do the little sample here first before I forget it. This is Dapper Don. This is a scent that I did not pick up. I did see some hauls with this one. I think this had chocolate in it, and yes. Sometimes I worry like cocoa, is it going to be too much? No, this is chocolate in here, and I'm not a fan. I know some people love it. I think Steph loves life, Stephanie. She loves chocolate in wax. No. It smells good. It smells like chocolate, but I just know that melting it's just not my vibe. So I'm glad I got the sample to smell it and know that, because sometimes you wonder, am I missing it? Like, is it maybe it's not that, maybe it's just blended really well. I don't know, but it wasn't. Okay. So, all right, that is the last of that box. So the loaves, these were the ones that I'm like, I have to get. Like, I have to get these. And if this is all I get, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I can walk away from the RTS happy. So this is Anthony's Cabin. This is birch leaves, citrus peel, pine cones, white florals, vetiver, sandalwood, and woods, poured February 9th. Or 19th, February 19th. I had heard a lot of people talking about this one. You know, I just avoided it because I had so many winter woodsy scents, but then the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, this can sit here for 2 years and it would probably just get better and better with age. And so what am I worried about? And then just so pretty with the little butterflies. And this smells so familiar to me. I'm like, what is this? Though those of you that are like connoisseurs of Teddy Bees Why does this smell so familiar? Maybe it's the birch leaves, the pine cones, because that's what I'm definitely picking up. I don't smell, that's mostly what I'm picking up. Maybe a touch of citrus, but really not much. I don't know that I'm getting sandalwood. I think I'm getting the vetiver, but this is another one which is a very outdoorsy, clean smelling scent. So a lot of these, there's a couple of here with birch leaves. So I definitely picked up 3 or 4 with the birch leaves and the pine cones. And maybe that's what smells familiar to me, because that's what I'm picking up. But I almost feel like I get a touch of balsam. And that could be just some of the wood scents coming through. But it's another woodsy, clean air, but a little denser, like with the other ones. What was the other one? Like Cabin in the Woods, that I think has snow in it. So that, or even Pacific Northwest winter. This is a little denser. This could be summertime woods, summertime cabin. It's more because you're just in the middle of it with lots of pine trees, lots of pine cones. So very pretty scent. I love these outdoorsy, woodsy scents. So I'm not unhappy with anything that I got. It's going to take me a long time to use this, which is fine. But I like it. And I'm glad, like, out of the woodsy ones that I got, this would probably be the one that I would have, if I can pick and choose after the fact. I'm glad this was a loaf versus a tub, whereas like Cabin in the Woods, for me, that one, where did I do with that? This one, for me, I think a souffle is perfect versus a loaf, just because this is smokier. This has that smoky scent, which could be a lot for me in a loaf, if that makes sense. So I'm glad that that's the way it was. And then I got Cozy Cookie Cake and Balsam. This is vanilla balsam, Fraser firs blended with cozy cookie cake, which is warm iced white cake, beach treats, marshmallow fireside, and signature sugar cookie. This was another one. Wasn't going to pick it up because, again, balsam, winter scents. I have plenty, but I felt like if I don't get this, I'm going to regret it because I heard so many people love this one. And I'm glad I got this. Her sugar cookie is so pretty. It's just like, makes my mouth water. Her sugar cookie is so pretty. And the balsam, I love balsam. So out of all the kind of woodsy tree notes, it's one of my favorites. It's not super strong in here. I get a lot of sugar cookie with just a hint of that. So this I love, and I'm glad I got a loaf of this. I'd be happy with a tub as well, but I'm glad I got a loaf of this. So the Cozy Cookie Cake Balsam. Thank you. That was a great, I'm saying thank you to everyone who made a video that I watched, because it really helped me pick out some that I missed in the pre-order. And then these last two, real fast, I had to get a loaf. I got them in a souffle, I believe. And I loved them so much that I was like, I have to get a loaf. So this is Rustic Cashmere and Cookies, which is roasted pine cones, signature sugar cookies, and cashmere cream poured March 26th. This was just like, I love her cashmere and cream. I just do. And I love this scent so much. It's so good. So I'm glad I got I'm not going to go into detail because I talked about it already. But it was one where I'd be bummed if I did not get a loaf. And then probably my favorite from the pre-order and this RTS is one that I got a souffle of and I needed more. And it is Rain and Woods. It's crunchy leaves, wet flowers, clove, balsam, patchouli, and sandalwood. Rain and Woods. This one, this to me was loaf worthy. It just, there's something just clean. And this does have a little clean, like there is some soapiness to this the more I'm smelling it. And I think it's the wet flowers and maybe the patchouli, but it's so clean and so fresh. This just smells like the cleanest of air after a rain. You know, when you get that smell after a rain where it's like it's never smelled cleaner. But you're getting this outdoorsy smell. Again, you were out in like, I like to use Lake Tahoe as a reference because it's one of, for me, the most beautiful places, which is like you got this forest and you have this lake and it's just so clean and so peaceful and so beautiful up there. So just this is kind of what I said in my other video, the way I described it. But that to me is, I love this so much. So I'm so glad that I was able to get a loaf. And yeah, and that is the RTS that I picked up. So I ended up going big, big for me, bigger than I was expecting, to be honest, but happy with all of them. I think my favorites, you already know, kind of the Rain and Woods. If there were one where I was like maybe I didn't need to get that one, it's probably Beach Blanket, although it's, it's grown on me. It's pretty. And honestly, I think Blushed is growing on me as well. Princess Katia and Just Vanilla, I think, were ones that they're pretty. I can see why people like them, but like, I'd be okay not having them, if that makes sense. Don't worry, I'm keeping them and I'm going to warm them. But like, they're not like, if I didn't get them, would have been a loss. They're pretty. And everything that Tiffany does is pretty and beautiful. And so those were just the ones that I'm glad I got them in a souffle just to give them a try. We'll see how they warm and we'll go from there. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. And now it's for the next pre-order. We'll see what I end up doing I don't know, if I follow my own advice of maybe picking up more souffles and seeing what I want bigger sizes of in the RTS. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you did enjoy this content, consider giving me a thumbs up or subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Appreciate it so much. So I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.